What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Pro 2 Andy. Now, I picked something up yesterday, and this is just going to be a first impression, show you what comes in the box, stuff like that, because it is crazy cold outside, and I don't like the cold. So we'll do another video later on about shooting this thing. Several videos I need to do that have been postponed because it's been in the teens or 20s here, and that's ridiculous. But what I did pick up is the Canik Rival, the dark side edition. This is Canik's brand new pistol. Crazy thing is, I was lucky to find this. I could not believe I found this. They introduced this at SHOT Show, and amazingly enough, my local dealer got a call from SHOT Show, from his people, and was like, hey, we've got two of these, would you like one to sell? And he said yes, and he put it out yesterday morning. I bought it yesterday morning. The price was $639 is what I paid, plus tax in the background and stuff like that. Now, I have already messed around with this a little bit, and it is pretty amazing. When I felt the trigger on this, I dry fired it in the store, and it was crazy. The trigger was so good, I was like, I've got to have that. I've got to have it. It's got to be mine. So let's get into what comes in the box. Now, when you get it, it's going to look like this right here. Like I said, I have already put the mag well on it. It comes with this little basket weave Blade Tech style holster. It looks a lot like a Blade Tech, except it has like the basket weave on it right there. Not a fan of that basket weave, but at least it comes with something. It'll have a magazine in it, and oddly enough, this is something I don't understand. And maybe it's for competition, and there's a restriction for this. Not shot competition years, don't know all the rules, they're ever different. So this could be it, but this has an 18 round magazine, and I also have the TP9 SFX, and it comes with 20 round magazines. They appear to be the same. I've not tried it. They look the same. Everything appears to be the same, except this has like a +2 base plate on it, and the Rival did not come with a +2 base plate. I don't know why. The Rival did come with these aluminum base plates, but they don't add any more rounds to the magazine. It just makes it a little heavier so the magazine can drop out a little more freely. But for some odd reason, like I said, the TP9 SFX, the older model, actually came with these +2 base plates. You would think this one would have as well, but it didn't. But let's take a look at the pistol. Look at this design. Look at this. That is pretty awesome. I thought this gun was pretty sexy when I seen it for like a straight out of the box gun, but the Rival dark side makes that thing look horrible. Now this, like I said, did come with a mag well here. It just goes on with one screw in the bottom. I did Loctite that. And it comes with fiber optic sights, adjustable rear sight, and it came with numerous plates to mount optics. It also comes with a spare magazine over here, and then like I said, down here is your 2 aluminum base plates, and then over here was where the mag well was. And if you take off this top piece, you've got all your owner's manuals in there, some tools, and it does come with this little Canik right here that is like a little wrench, and some cleaning kits over here along with your 2 more back straps. Now, me personally, it feels like I'm going to like it with the back strap that came on it. I'm sure this is the medium. It feels great in the hand. It is very smooth. I gotta say, these front cocking serrations right here remind me a lot of my PDP. Look how deep these things are. It's very PDP-esque. It's not identical, but it's PDP-esque. One thing I do like about this that I don't like about this, when you take off the plate on the TP9 SFX, your rear sight comes off and it's gone. There's no other option to put it back on. Maybe like CHPWS or somebody makes a plate for that, but I would never put an optic on that because you lose your rear sight. I'm kind of anal about that. I don't like losing my backup sights. Even though these are mainly competition pistols, I don't like losing my backup sights. Now, most of these plates right here, you do still lose your rear sight, but there is one that you don't. It still has a rear sight made into it. And from what I understand, There are several optics that fit with this. The new Canik, their personal optic, I guess, uses this plate that maintains the rear sight. And I think optics that are on the Louisville Delta Point footprint are the ones this uses. That is probably what this gun will wind up getting, is a Delta Point, so I can keep my rear sight here on the gun as a backup. It also comes in the little kit here, comes with several different mag release buttons and stuff like that, and the screws to also mount different optics. Now let's get into the truly amazing thing about this gun, and that is the trigger. Now take a look at this trigger. It has a wide flat face on it. I mean, it is wide, way wider than any other face right here. The little safety right here, it is amazingly wide. It is also grooved, but look at this. So you have just a little bit of take up here, right there, if it'll focus. That's it. Once the take up's over, you're done. Look, one more time. Look at this. Watch this take up right here. Your take up, you hit the wall. Watch how much it moves now. It's nuts. All right, check out the reset. That's it. That is stupid. Even as good as the trigger was on this, you see the take. Now I do want to say the take up on this is a little grittier than the take up. This is smoother. But then you hit this wall and there's some mush right here, which you do not have in this. Once you get to the stopping point on this, you're at the stopping point. But you see this take up here, a little bit of mush right here, and then it clicks. Reset is very, very short. This trigger is better. You have a little bit of take up right here. This is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I want to show you this too. It has like an over travel stop in the trigger. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. You can see it. So when this thing breaks, you're at basically a 90-degree angle. I don't know if I've ever seen a pistol that basically broke at 90 degrees. This one does it. If you'll notice how far this one comes back, you're way past 90 degrees. But with the rival, it breaks it right at 90 degrees. The ergos on this gun is amazing. It is very pointable. I mean, when you bring this up, the sights are right there. They did an amazing job. I really like how they did the cutout right here in the front. One thing I didn't notice till after I'd messed with it a little while, the barrel is fluted just a little bit. It's almost like as deep as rifling or something, but it doesn't twist. It just stays straight. It comes down just like a Glock. Pull the trigger, pull the slide back a little bit, pull these two things down. The difference is you don't have to pull it, well, there we go, all the way forward to take it off. You just pull it a little bit forward, it pops off, and then when it goes back on, it's the same way. That's it. This gun is truly amazing. Now, I don't shoot competition anymore or anything like that, but when I felt this trigger, I just thought this is one of the most perfect range guns I've ever seen. I really like how they did the lines at the top. You know, it's got cocking serrations on the side and it kind of runs around the top here. Even the barrel has those lines in it. And if you notice the plates, they also have rear cocking serrations that line up with the rear cocking serrations right here. It does have the loaded chamber indicator in the back, and when you pull the trigger, that goes away. Let you know you fired it. The only thing that I have found negative about this gun, this is the only thing. It is very, very minor. I mean, very, very minor. This side right here seems to be rounded on the slide stop. If we come around this side is almost like a 90 degree. Now, when I'm shooting, I don't think that will affect me at all, but this side is very, very sharp on that slide stop, and the other side is rounded. I don't know if they just missed that when they were, you know, forming this part or rounding this part off. I don't know what's going on there, but this side is extremely sharp. Again, the way my grip is, I do not believe that it will affect anything. That's just something I noted last night when I was messing around with this, because I picked this up yesterday, and I was like, well, that's a little sharper than the other side. Other than that, this gun is amazing. Not saying it's amazing running because I've not got a chance to shoot it yet, but in the hand, just messing with the trigger and just overall, it does seem pretty awesome. Now I do want to say, I noticed this as well. The TP9 SFX is just a little bit longer, if I can get that, there you go. It's just a little bit longer. The old one is a little bit longer. It still fits in the holster, but you can see the front end sticks out just a little bit right there. The muzzle sticks out. The rival does not. I do want to say, this holster works. There's no problem with it. I almost like the one that came with the other one better, and the rival does fit in it as well. So you could actually use this holster if you wanted to. It doesn't seem to be as positive as a click as the one that come with it, but I'm assuming that you could use either. Until I test this, I don't know this, but from everything I've seen, the TP9 SFX magazines should work. They seat in, it locks the slide back. Everything appears to be identical. So if that is the case, until I can pick up some more +2 base plates or even more than that, depending on what I decide to go with, I'll be running these magazines just because you can fit a couple more rounds in it. I will definitely at least test these magazines in this when we go to shoot it to make sure it works. I also want to say this mag well, I mean, you don't have to look. It's like it's this big and it just funnels it right in. It's amazing. It's almost like there's a magnet in this thing that takes those in. Again, I just want to give you all a first kind of look at this. I know these things are just now coming out, and I've got to be one of the first few people to actually buy one because they've not been out that long. So I just got lucky to pick one up, and I wanted to give you all a first look, my first impressions, and just how much I was impressed with this trigger because it is amazing. One last thing I do want to do. I do have a trigger gauge. So we're going to actually test the TP9 SFX, and actually I've not shot this pistol either. I've never shot this pistol. I bought it a long time ago and I actually forgot I had it. It happens. But we're going to test this one and see what we got. We got 3.76. Let's test it again just in case y'all couldn't see that. There we go. One more time. 3.3. Let's see what the rival is pulling at. It's hard to get the rival because it's completely flat. 3.4, very comparable. This trigger is just amazing. One more time. 3.2. And it's only going to get better from there. As you shoot this pistol, it will just get better. The trigger will get better. It will smooth out. And this thing should probably get down somewhere around 3 pounds consistently. I actually had one yesterday. I think I pulled it more towards the bottom. It was like 2 something. So depending on where you're holding your finger, you might get a little bit more leverage, but I'm going to guess it's going to be somewhere around 3 pounds-ish once it gets broke in good and smoothed out. Again, I just kind of wanted to show you this thing just because I was excited to get it because it was so new and I couldn't believe my local store had one. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I appreciate you watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. See you next time.